Valley Talk on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
I'm Dave Adams. This is Valley Talk Live. We are from the Albany studios, and glad to have you once again. Another beautiful day. You know, it's pretty out there. The leaves are turning colors, and they told me that I would really like the Mid-Willamette Valley in the fall time of the year, and it's beautiful out there. Little bit cooler, but hey, it's nice. Leaves look very, very beautiful. Don't forget to sign up for the Quiznos Taste on Us giveaway. We're giving it away a $10 Quiznos gift certificate from the Albany Quiznos. Very easy to sign up for that. Just send me an email at dave@kgal.com, dave@kgal.com, or call the station at 541 area code 451 KGAL or 541-926-8683 and ask to be put on the drawing for the Quiznos Taste on Us and the Valley Talk giveaway. And thank you to Dale and the crew at Quiznos for being a part of it. If you've not had a Quiznos sandwich, delicious. I have one every day. And they're very, very tasty. Located right next to the G.I. Joe's location, the former G.I. Joe's location in Albany, right next to the new Weight Watchers and right next to Novak's restaurant. Tell them you heard it on KGAL's Valley Talk. And thank you very much for listening. We're going to be talking about a couple things today. We're going to be talking about, first of all, an election forum that's going to be Tuesday, October 23rd. The League of Women Voters of Linn County and the Albany branch of the American Association of University Women are going to be putting this on. Linda Ziedrich is on the phone. We'll be talking to her in just a moment. And then our studio is also has in it Greg Rowe from the United Way, Shelley Bossart from Bossart Trucking, who is a board member of United Way, and a name you've heard before, Rebecca Grizzle. She is works for Linco Federal Credit Union, and they are presenting sponsor for the event coming up, the Halloween benefit concert for United Way. So that's coming up on the show today. Again, my email address, dave@kgal.com. Thank you for being with us. And with that, let's go to the phone lines and welcome Linda Ziedrich. Thank you for being with us today on Valley Talk.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me. So
let's talk about Tuesday, October 23rd. You're going to be talking about several tax measures. Tell us which tax measures you're going to be talking about and who's going to be presenting information.
These will be Measure 79, Measure 84, and Measure 85. 79 would prohibit real estate transfer taxes. That's a less complicated one, and so we will have Colleen Keller from the AAUW, she lives here in Albany, give an objective presentation of that measure. And then for Measures 84 and 85, we invited speakers because they're more controversial. 84 would phase out Oregon inheritance taxes, and 85 would allocate the corporate kicker to elementary and secondary public education. So in favor of Measure 84, we have Kevin Mannix coming, and speaking against that measure is Jody Weiser from Tax Fairness Oregon. For Measure 85, we have speaking in favor Lori Wimmer of the Oregon Education Association, and against it, Steve Buckstein of the Cascade Policy Institute.
Okay. What's the forum, and is the audience going to have a chance to give and take, to present questions?
They will indeed. We'll start out with Colleen speaking on Measure 79, and then we'll move to 84 and then 85. And each of the speakers for 84 or against 84 or 85 will have about 15 minutes. And we'll take questions from the audience. The way we usually do it is pass out index cards, and then we look them over and make sure they're clearly written before passing them to our moderator, who will be Teresa Johnson of the AAUW. And then she reads the questions for the speakers, and yes, so the audience will be able to submit their questions.
Where's this going to be held at?
This will be in the old Armory building at 4th and Lyons in downtown Albany. That's the building that houses the extension office.
And the league does this, obviously. We'll let you explain why you do this.
Well, we didn't have a league in Linn County for about 10 years when our group formed. and it's still very small. But the main reason we formed was because we didn't think we had enough good information for voting before elections. And so we would get our ballots and find all names of people we'd never heard of, and ballot measures that were hard to decide. So this year we decided we really wanted to do 2 candidate forums and 1 measures forum, but we really don't have enough people to make that happen. So we're very grateful to have the AAUW of Albany working with us. We decided to focus on tax measures for our measures forum because it's hard to cover all the measures well in one short evening meeting. And so we wanted to cover the 2 that are most controversial, and then we threw in this other one because it also concerns taxes.
So this is the first one of these you've held in Linn County, is that right?
No.
Okay.
No, we've done at least 1 other measures forum.
What kind of attendance are you expecting? Any idea?
I imagine we'll have at least 50 people, maybe 100. We may be a little crowded in the Miller Room, but we'll manage.
Okay. Anything folks need to be aware of that you want to add that they should know at this point, other than show up and be ready to learn about the measures?
Yes, there's no parking lot at the old Armory building, so you have to find street parking, so allow a few extra minutes for that.
All right, if you want to hear this again, it's posted on our website, KGAL.com, and you can go in, and if you want to hear what Linda said about this event, then you can go in and listen to it again. Linda, is there also a website where this information is posted?
I think it's on the vote411.org website, which is a National League website to share voter information.
Okay. If you could motivate, encourage, we'll give you a 30-second opportunity here to explain to people why it's important to go to the polls and vote this election day.
Wow. Well, because
let me explain why I want you to do that, because we've done some informal man-on-the-street interviews here in the Willamette Valley and in Portland, and some of the voters that we're talking to are saying, I'm just really fed up. I don't like the tone of the campaign. I'm going to vote by voting no. And by their not going to the polls, they believe that their no vote is a vote of dissatisfaction. And, that isn't true, but they're just really frustrated right now with everything going on in the economy. And some people that we've talked to don't like the positions of either presidential candidate, or some of the issues going on. And so they believe that by them staying home, it's them showing dissatisfaction of what's going on. What would you say to those folks?
Well, I think they do show their dissatisfaction that way, and I think the dissatisfaction is very understandable. But there is a lot more to vote on besides the presidential race, and this is our big opportunity to influence what happens in Oregon as well as other places. These measures are very important. They make a big difference in how much money the state has to operate, and they can make a difference in people's own pocketbooks. So if people don't vote, well, they don't have much right to complain, do they?
Well, no, they don't. And we do encourage them to vote and also to turn out for this forum. Linda, anything else you would like to add in closing?
I can't think of anything else, but please come.
Okay. Linda Ziedrich, you are with the League of Women Voters, or AAUW. Which organization, or possibly both?
I'm the president of the League of Women Voters Members-at-Large Unit of Linn County.
Okay. Linda, thank you for being with us on Valley Talk today, and we appreciate all you do and encourage people to turn out.
You're welcome, Dave. Thank you very much.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
This is Valley Talk. We will continue right now and switch gears. We're going to be talking about United Way, and principally one of the things, first of all, we're going to be talking about is a Halloween benefit concert. Halloween is coming up. In the studios, to my left, Shelley Bossart with Bossart Trucking, member of the board of United Way. Rebecca Grizzle, just right in front of me. She works with Linn Federal Credit Union and is a headlining sponsor for this event. Former board member of United Way. And Greg Rowe of United Way. Thank you all for being with us on Valley Talk today.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. So let's talk about the Halloween benefit concert. Who wants to visit with me about that? What's happening? Everybody's pointing at the other person.
Me. Well, we have our third annual benefit concert starting next Friday on the 26th. This is the third year we've done it. It's a concert that benefits our Linn County Dental Clinic that we house at the Albany Boys and Girls Club. It serves both adults and children, and so we're pretty excited about it. And this is our biggest year yet. So we've got a lot more sponsors than we have in the past. We've sold a lot more tickets, and it's going to be a fun night. And Calapooia Brewing Company helps us put on this great event, and it's just been fun.
Jawbone Flats, is that the name of the band?
Yeah, that's the name of the band.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, what kind of music do they have?
Yeah, they do rock and roll, kind of blues, rock and roll. They're a band out of Portland who usually play the Portland area, but they came down. They've come down the last 2 or 3 years to play with us, and they're a great band, and people have fun and a lot of dancing going on, and so it's perfect for us.
All right. And, of course, a good cause, United Way. Let's talk about United Way. What's happening now with the organization?
Well, right now we're in the middle of campaign, and we just started campaign in September where we do our fall fundraising campaign, and we're in workplaces like Linn Wah-Chang, Alvac, numerous countries, Oregon Freeze Dry, National Frozen Foods. All those companies are running campaigns right now. Employees are donating time, or they're donating portions of their paycheck, and we're raising money for programs that either United Way funds at partner agencies, or that we do ourselves, like 211 and the dental clinic.
What are we seeing out there right now in charitable giving? I've talked to a number of churches and a number of nonprofits, and for some of them it's really tough out there. Economy is tight. A lot of people are either underemployed or unemployed, and they're not quite as willing to give up with a dollar as they were before. What's going on? What are you seeing?
It's just been tight for the last 3 or 4 years. It really hasn't been it's been a really hard fundraising environment for everybody out there, and all nonprofits have been struggling for the most part to keep their programming up to par and providing programs for everybody who actually needs it. Like you said, we've had major mills close. We had another business close this last week, and so there's a lot of people still hurting out there. I'm not really seeing any improvement in the economy from a fundraising standpoint. Of course, and we rely, United Way relies heavily on jobs, on employees and so forth, the workforce. And so it's been tough. I'm not, and so it's ironic that when the need is the greatest is when it's hardest to raise money for those programs.
Yes, it is.
When the economy's rolling, everybody can donate, and it's easy to provide programs. But it's really hard for all nonprofits, and a lot of them are struggling. A lot of the little ones too. You have little ones that are just, a lot of these nonprofits. Most nonprofits really are operating on a pretty thin margin line to begin with.
One of the things that we found, that in many cases, some of the people that were on the side serving are now on the other side being served.
Oh, yeah.
We've run into that a lot with nonprofits we talk to, where some of their major contributors, for example, I'm not going to mention names, but in the Central Oregon area, a lot of contractors. Mm-hmm. The housing industry went into a terrible slump, and so there was one individual over there living in their Escalade, and so instead of donating, they were at the soup kitchen. So it forces nonprofits, and of course United Way, especially nonprofits, to be very creative. One of the things that United Way, I think last year, did was promoting in-kind service as far as volunteering. Is that still a major push?
Yeah, our major push is giving, advocating, or volunteering. And we, to start off our campaign this year, we had our annual day of caring, and we had close to 100 volunteers, 120 volunteers doing projects for seniors, whether it's doing yard work or so forth. Rebecca Grizzle's crew at Linn Federal actually spruced up Family Tree Relief Nursery, which is an agency. We had companies out there working at agencies.
We detailed a bus,
yeah,
which was a new one for me. Yes, we inside and out. It was something else.
Is this a new line of work for you now?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I did really good.
Yeah, it was nice to see her working. Okay. Oh, I mean, I didn't mean that. That came out wrong, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. So if you have a bus, can they park out here and you can maybe during the break?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Obviously, this is Pick on Rebecca Day.
Yeah.
No, Linn Federal and Rebecca do a lot of work in the community and volunteer, so we're very thankful. Actually, a lot of our company, we're very fortunate in this community. We have, whether it's Shelley at Bossart Trucking or Rebecca at Linn, we have so many companies and employees that volunteer. One thing that we're fortunate here is the people that are here are giving.
Right.
So.
Still, and you're seeing some companies, some major players still step up to the plate and take a swing. In other words, they're not going to be discouraged and give up. And that is a testimony to people that might be discouraged, to see that people still have faith in, that it's going to turn out okay.
Mm-hmm. And you look at the sponsors that, for example, this year for the concert, that we a lot of people step up.
A lot of sponsors have stepped up this year, and I also wanted to point out, while, like you said, the mills have been, a couple mills have closed, I think it's also encouraging to see that there's some small businesses that have become new members of the United Way, and there's new campaigns coming on, and us as being one of them, this is something we've been involved in just starting last year. And so I see the United Way of Linn County starting to jump out into maybe a little bit more of the rural areas, which we're an ag-based company, and so I'm seeing that. We're focusing on that, and there's a lot of small businesses in this area that have stepped up and started campaigning with United Way as well.
Let's say there's some companies out there, or owners or managers of companies that are listening to this broadcast, and up till now they've not been involved with United Way. What's involved? How do they get hooked up?
Well, you can, participate like we were talking about, sponsoring a concert or volunteering in the community. We have, there's always work to be done out in the community. They can also, we'd love to have a regular workplace campaign, and employees are they're our base of our foundation at United Way. We have employees at Wah-Chang donate thousands upon thousands of dollars. Even small workplaces, even if somebody donates $2 a paycheck, which that's more than a food box a month. And right now, there's a lot of people needing food boxes, and and it also helps our agencies like the Boys and Girls Club. For $25 a year, we the United Way and the Boys and Girls Club provide scholarships. That gets a kid a scholarship. A membership all year long, including after-school meals, including programming, including a very minimal amount can make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about United Way today on KGAL's Valley Talk. Don't forget to sign up for the Quiznos Taste on Us giveaway. Send me an email, dave@kgal.com, or you can call the station at 541-451-KGAL or 926-8683 and say you want to be signed up for Quiznos Taste on Us. At the end of the broadcast today, we're going to pick a name out of the hat, and you will get a $10 gift certificate, good for anything at Quiznos in Albany. So take your buddy in there and get a sandwich, chips, and soda on us, because the Taste on Us Quiznos, a Valley Talk sponsor. I'm Dave Adams, and KGAL's Valley Talk will continue with United Way in just a moment.
Did you know Linn County Commissioners make more than $80,000 a year plus benefits? In 12 years, that means the incumbent has received well over $1 million of our taxes. That should be a full-time job, but he's also opened 6 businesses, partnered in 8 others, and even worked as a lobbyist. I'm Mark Spence, and as the new commissioner, I'll end my private business, work more than full-time for our communities, and always put public service before personal interest. Plus, I'll take a 10% pay cut. For more, please go to markspence2012.com. This ad paid for by Friends of Mark Spence.
Clothing, fine jewelry, do-it-yourself craft stores, furniture, toys, gifts, salons, event venues, live theater, movies, Saturday market, and 23 restaurants. More choices than you'll find at any local mall. Find it all in historic downtown Albany. Grab a cup of coffee, learn a new craft, do a little shopping, pamper yourself at one of the many salons, then enjoy a scrumptious meal. Bring your family or meet your friends. Great entertainment, delicious dining, and unique shopping. It's all happening in historic downtown Albany.
Now showing at Carmike 12.
Protect the security of our fellow citizens. For the duration of the national emergency,
Society is collapsing. What can be done?
that the statutes of Directive 10-289 shall remain in effect.
Perhaps Big Brother can help.
All copyrights shall be transferred to the federal government. All wages and other forms of income are hereby frozen.
Atlas Shrugged Part 2. Now showing at Carmike 12.
It's all happening so fast.
I won't be a slave.
Friday at Carmike 12.
Sister did good. Hunter.
Halloween is coming.
She killed her own sister. And they've never found her or him.
It's the new kid from across the street. I've never met his mom. Did you hear that?
Friday at Carmike 12.
Can you tell me who you were talking to? Nobody. What is that?
Looks like a triangle with a circle in
It
it.
says the ritual requires sacrifice. Hello?
Paranormal Activity 4. Rated R. In theaters October 19th.
We're kicking off the season with the best deals of the year. It's the Built Ford Tough Truck event. Time to get the most for your money with Ford F-Series. Great power and amazing fuel economy means no compromises. And that's what you get in a truck built Ford Tough. Like Ford F-150. With a powerful and efficient EcoBoost engine, you get the power you want and the economy you need. Or Ford Super Duty with its amazing 6.7-liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. Super Duty's got everything you need to get the job done, and then some. So if you're looking for power, payload, towing, and economy, your local Ford store has got the truck that's right for you. And with Built Ford Tough Truck event deals, there's never been a better time to buy. We're talking big-time savings on a huge selection of America's best-selling trucks. If you're ready for a great deal on a new Ford F-150 or looking to get to work in a new Ford Super Duty, this is your chance to save. So don't miss the Built Ford Tough Truck event going on now at your local Ford store.
Radio for the Mid-Valley's horse lovers. The Horse Show with Rick Lamb. Sunday mornings at 9 on Smart Talk 1580.
KGAL Valley Talk, I'm Dave Adams, and we are talking about United Way and specifically the Halloween benefit concert, and it's going to be happening Friday, October 26th at 7 p.m. More about that in a moment. In the studios to my left, Shelley Bossart of Bossart Trucking, board member of United Way, Rebecca Grizzle, worker and employee of Linco Federal Credit Union and a former board member of United Way, headlining sponsor of the Halloween benefit concert, and Greg Rowe, of course, with United Way. So thank you for being with us on Valley Talk today.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Halloween benefit concert. Lots of fun going on. Who wants to talk to me about that?
I'll grab that one. Like you said, Friday, October 26th. We're very excited about it. A few things that we're going to be doing during the concert. First of all, come in costumes. It is not required, but it is encouraged. And I was going to ask Greg, where are you going to be?
It's still going to be a surprise. I don't pull that out until that night.
What does the surprise look like? Is it like a big question mark, or?
I don't know. I'm thinking a seaweed monster, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pull that together. Because my mom made me a seaweed costume when I was a kid.
Really?
And I looked so cute.
This isn't you on the poster?
No, that's my brother, actually.
Oh.
Are you going to still be able to use that costume?
Yeah. I don't think so. I'm having to expand upon that just a little. So.
Well, last year I was a roller derby girl, and that did not work very well.
Why did it work very well? Falling down?
I didn't, but it was questionable. It was very questionable. So to be determined for this year, but like I said, they're not required. They're encouraged. We're also doing a scarecrow auction. So far, the companies that have donated scarecrows, and I think they're in the office at United Way, Greg?
Only one of them is, but they're all on Facebook. They're scattered throughout the community right now.
Okay.
They're separate locations.
And so far, Dutch Brothers, they brought in an awesome one. I think there's a gift certificate on that one. Citizens Bank brought in one. National Frozen Foods, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Santiam, Georgia Pacific, and Willamette Community Bank. They all donated $25 and also made a scarecrow, and we'll be auctioning those off at the benefit concert, which will be a lot of fun, raise money. All the money goes to the dental clinics, and then you can have a scarecrow for the rest of the harvest season.
So what does the evening look like? What can they expect? Is it going to be dancing? Is it going to be a silent auction? I walk in the door dressed up as the scarecrow or a big question mark or a pumpkin or whatever, or maybe a duck or a beaver. I wonder how many ducks or beavers are going to be there.
That's a good question.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Since you said there might be more.
We'll see. Anyway, so I walk in the door dressed as a scarecrow, and what am I going to see?
You're going to see a lot of people having a good time. There's going to be dancing. Calapooia is donating a portion of all the drink sales to the program. You know, the Linn County Dental Clinic program. We're going to be having a lot of music, dancing. And that's just mostly just having a lot of fun. We're going to be also having that scarecrow auction, so people will be bidding on the scarecrows. And it's really inexpensive. It's only $5 if you buy them ahead of time, the tickets, and $10 if you buy them at the door. So it's an inexpensive event to go to. It's at the Calapooia Brewing Company. They put on great events, great food. There'll be food there and great beer. So it's great.
We'll see
good night.
See some pirates.
You'll see a pirate. There's always a pirate at every Halloween show.
Walk the plank.
And Calapooia Brewing Company is also, they'll have their kitchen open. You can order food, order dinner there. They'll be open for that.
Okay, Jumbo and Flans, let's talk about them again. The band is out of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of music?
They do a lot of rock and roll, bluegrass, that type of thing. Upbeat music, mostly rock and roll though, and they'll be doing some a little bit of alt country, that type of music. So
they're also donating their time, which is very fabulous. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, they've donated their. Usually, when they're doing the Portland circuit, they're getting paid and so forth, and they're donating their time, and just because of the cause and so forth.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm super. How are you, Dave?
I'm watching a ping pong game going back and forth.
I know, right?
And Linco Federals are a major sponsor on this also.
Yes, we're really happy to be involved with this. It's a great project.
What are you going to be dressed as?
Well, that's a secret. It's really not determined that I really generally am in bed by 8, so it's not determined that I am going to actually be there, but we will be sponsoring.
You don't turn into a pumpkin at 10 o'clock, do you?
At 8 o'clock?
I'm remarkably similar to a pumpkin at any given time, so no.
So maybe a pumpkin? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Rebecca, explain to the folks why it's really important to show at this event. It's great fun, but it's also for a good cause.
It is great fun, but the dental clinic, which I think Greg can talk about a little bit more, is really an amazing thing that United Way has coordinated. And dental care is something that gets overlooked an awful lot for kids in the area that don't have medical and dental coverage. And so they've got 10 volunteer dentists. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
We've had 10 dentists volunteer for the clinic that work both with, mostly with the kids portion of it, but also with the adults. In the last year, we've screened 1,400 kids and adults. 1,400 kids. We've had 350 adults we've actually treated, but we've screened and treated 1,400 kids alone. And we've probably provided right around their estimates, according to our dental assistant and our clinic manager, is right around $450,000 in free services. And the neat thing about this concert is a lot of our sponsors are dentists.
I noticed
and
that
she
can maybe touch on that. I don't have the list in front of me, but some of these dentists are the ones actually helping put this on.
Right.
Some of the dentists that have been sponsors, and we're so grateful for them, Dr. Nicholson, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Weintraub, Dr. Wood, Dr. Cooch, Dr. Manning, Dr. Haggerty, Dr. Wong, and Bill Williams. Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Carl, and Dr. Walker are also sponsors of this, along with Northwest Community Credit Union and Bossart Trucking and Calapooia Brewing Company for donating their space, and then, of course, Linco Federal Credit Union for being the presenting sponsor. So very grateful for all of those that have been sponsors for this event.
So is there going to be a costume contest?
We are going to attempt to have a costume contest towards the end of the evening. We got some goodies that we'll give away, so we're going to let the crowd pick that one out. And so if you want to win a good prize, come on by and we'll and there'll be a costume contest at the end of the show. So
be thinking about something creative, something very
creative.
entertaining.
Yeah.
We had some good ones last year. I was impressed.
The hot costume this year is the dressing from Portlandia. That show. So yeah, that's a.
Portland is a scary place, isn't it?
It's unique.
What's that?
It's unique.
It's unique. I mean, but there's some very interesting shows coming out of Portland.
Yes. Yes.
Very interesting shows coming out of Portland. So there's some fodder there, some things to be thinking about.
Yes.
Come as a zombie policeman or whatever.
Be a lot of zombies, I bet.
This seems to be the year. It's interesting how things kind of run in trends.
Right.
And the zombie craze is,
Yes, I'm in the middle of training for surviving the zombie apocalypse. My son is big on that.
As many people are.
Got to shoot him in the head. I've gotten that headshot lecture a lot.
Okay.
So you know.
All of a sudden, I'm very excited I only have girls.
Yeah. You look at Greg when you say that. So.
Right.
Scarecrow auction is one of the things on... Scarecrow auction is on the agenda for the Friday, October 26th fundraiser. What's that?
Yeah, what it is we've had a lot of companies, like Shelley said, build scarecrows. These are scarecrows that people can take back home with them after the show. And like I said, there's some really cute ones. The one from Dutch Brothers has they have a Rebel drink, which is similar to like a Red Bull energy drink, and that one has a T-shirt on. All the scarecrows actually have some goodies with it, like certificates or coupons. But the one from Dutch Brothers has a coupon on it. Is cute, like a little sunflower. Looks like a sunflower. Has a bunch of Rebel drinks on the base of it, and a T-shirt, Rebel T-shirt from Dutch Brothers. But then you have like the ones from Georgia Pacific, and it's downright scary. We had it in our office for a couple weeks, and every time I'd go to the bathroom or come in the front door, it kind of set you back a second. Like, how'd they get in here? And apparently, the ladies have that one over there at Northwest Community Credit Union. And whenever one of the tellers goes into the vault and comes back out, a couple times when they first got it, she'd greet them like a customer because it's about it's human. So when you don't notice it, it's kind of funny. So it's great. But yeah, it's great. That one would be great for your front porch during Halloween night, by the way. So you can bid on that. Take that home with you. His name is Scary Harry, by the way.
Very, very appropriate.
Yeah.
You can buy tickets ahead of time. In fact, are you recommending it?
Yeah, you can buy them online.
One thing that we're doing, we're encouraging our company at Bossart Trucking is actually offering it to all of our employees. We'll pay for the ticket, kind of have a get-together for our employees. Again, it goes to a great cause. And so one thing that we're seeing some of the dental office doing is having a kind of night out and either paying for or just saying, come on, let's do this ahead of time. So we're encouraging that. That's one thing we're doing. It's $5 in advance, again, $10 at the door. Tickets can be purchased at Northwest Community Credit Union, United Way, and the Linn Co. Federal Credit Union. You can also go to the website, unitedwayoflinncounty.org. And then also you can visit the United Way of Linn County Facebook page, which you can also see a lot of pictures on, right, of all the scarecrows and our benefit poster and find more information.
Yeah, all of our scarecrows are on Facebook, and we're putting them on our website too. But go to our Facebook page and like it, and you can check out, you can get a link there on the Facebook page to the ticket site. And like I said, it's really inexpensive night to go have fun. This doesn't $5 for one night with costumes and dancing and music. That's not.
It can be the funnest place in town.
It's definitely going to be the funnest.
And it goes to a great cause.
It goes to a great cause, yeah. And those kids, those people are really. It's making a big difference at dental clinics. So
great. Time, date, location again for the Halloween benefit concert. When and where?
Friday, October 26th. It starts at 7 p.m. and it is at the Calapooia Brewing Company on Hill Street in Albany.
Okay. More about the Halloween benefit concert when we come back, and also more about United Way when Valley Talk continues in just a moment. We'll be right back.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit AutoOwners.com. This is Charles Osgood. Repairing a damaged eardrum is always a problem. Surgical grafts of a person's own tissue don't always work, and hearing isn't quite back to normal even when it does. Same with synthetic materials. But Australian researchers have now come up with an eardrum membrane that's as smooth as silk.
We came up with a better method, and that was the use of silk. And silk comes from the silkworm cocoon.
That is Professor Marcus Atlas of the Ear Science Institute of Australia. More from him after this. If you run a small business, I know your hours aren't just the traditional 9 to 5. So the limited hours of the post office can be frustrating. What you need is postage on demand. That's why I turned to Stamps.com. And so should you. Buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own desk with your own computer and printer. Get everything from stamps to shipping labels the instant you need them 24/7. And just hand your mail to the mailman. You don't need an expensive postage meter anymore, and you'll never have to go to the post office again. I've used Stamps.com in my office for years now, and I get so much more done now than I ever did without it. Right now, Stamps.com has a special offer since you listened to the Osgood File. It's a no-risk trial, plus a $110 bonus that includes a digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com, and first thing you do, click on the radio microphone at the top of the home page and type in my last name, Osgood, O-S-G-O-O-D. That's Stamps.com, and enter Osgood. The eardrum is a drum in a way. It's a membrane that picks up vibrations and passes them to the brain with terrific accuracy. After 10 years of research trying all sorts of natural and synthetic membranes to replace the real thing, researchers tried silk as a scaffold on which to grow human eardrum cells.
We found out that it was really effective, and it was the most effective of all of the products, including the ones that we conventionally use.
The longer it takes to heal, the greater the risk of infection, says Professor Marcus Atlas's colleague, Dr. Rodney Dilley. Real silkworm silk shortens the post-operative recovery substantially.
That helps to cut down the likelihood of infection entering the middle ear cavity.
So, with all the work in polymers and other experimental structures these days, turns out maybe the little silkworm had the secret all along. With the silk scaffold, it's in and out, says Dr. Dilley.
Meaning that they can come into the outpatient clinic, have a procedure and go home the same day and be hearing almost immediately through that damaged ear.
After 10 years of research, they're about to start clinical trials with humans.
I believe it's really one of the most exciting things that has happened to eardrum repair.
The Osgood File. Transcripts, podcasts, and MP3s of these programs can be found at theosgoodfile.com. This is Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network.
Check, please.
Here you go.
$51,000? You kidding me? I just ordered a sandwich.
$51,000. That's how much every person in our country owes on our national debt. Peter DeFazio believes we have to stop mortgaging the future of our children and grandchildren. That's why for years, Peter's been fighting to pass a bipartisan balanced budget amendment.
This is Peter DeFazio. Congress needs to make the tough decisions, but the Ryan budget that cuts Medicare, education, transportation, that's the wrong approach. We can reduce the debt, balance the budget by reining in federal spending, closing wasteful tax loopholes, and holding corporations and the wealthiest accountable for paying their fair share. I'm Peter DeFazio, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message because a $51,000 tab is the last thing we should be leaving for our children and grandchildren.
Paid for by DeFazio for Congress.
Banking these days can be pretty impersonal. You've got your big banks, your internet banks, your do-it-yourself banks, and your too-big-to-fail banks. That's why you might be interested in an alternative, Willamette Community Bank. I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. We believe you deserve better service without sacrificing a thing. So if you're feeling underserved, make the switch to the best banking option out there. Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC.
Beyond the Beltway with Bruce Dumont, Sunday afternoons on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
This is Valley Talk, and welcome once again to the program. Don't forget to sign up for Quiznos Taste on Us. You can send me an email, dave@kgal.com, or another way to sign up is just call KGAL, say, hello, I'd like to be put in the drawing for Quiznos Taste on Us. Call us at 541-451-KGAL or 541-926-8683. say you want to be entered in the drawing for Quiznos Taste on Us. The winner will get a $10 gift certificate from Quiznos in Albany, next to the former G.I. Joe's location, next also to Weight Watchers and Novak's Restaurant. And we'll pull a name out of the hat here in about 15 minutes at the end of the show. On the program today, we're talking about United Way and specifically the Halloween benefit concert. It's going to be a fun evening coming up Friday, October 26th at 7 p.m. In the studio, Shelley Bossart Trucking, Rebecca Grizzle of Linco Federal Credit Union, and Greg Rowe of United Way. So don't forget, dress up scary, dress up funny, dress up some way, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Jawbone Flats is going to be there. It's going to be a Calapooia Brewing Company, 140 Hill Street Northeast in Albany, and you can buy tickets in advance, $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Where do they buy tickets?
There are a few different places. First of all, you can go to the website, unitedwayoflinncounty.org. You can also purchase them at Northwest Community Credit Union, at the United Way on Hill Street, and the Linco Federal Credit Union as well.
Okay. One of the things I do want to talk about, just feel like we need to visit about this. We would like to see more companies involved in United Way in the employee giving. So as far as the payroll deduction program, let's say I'm an owner of a company and I'm listening to the program and I'd like to be involved more than just volunteering. You know, it's a great thing. Go out there and spread bark dust and sweep the streets or whatever you want to do to help the community with the Organized United Way effort. But let's say I want to put some money into the cause. Maybe there's a call right now. And how do they do that? Who do they contact? How does that work?
Well, they can contact the United Way of Linn County at 541-926-5432. And, the important thing is the good thing about United Way is you can, donate to, we fund 28 partner agencies right now. Everyone from the Boys and Girls Club to Sweet Home and Emergency Ministries, Fish of Albany, so forth. We do our general funding through those partner agencies, which you can see online. But also, you can designate to any 501c3 a nonprofit. Let's say you have an employee who wants to give to his local church nonprofit group. They can do that. We will pass those designations off. We have a lot of people who donate to the ABC House, for example. They're not currently a partner agency, but they do receive funding through designations. So we have over 120 agencies that receive funding. Pregnancy Alternative Center here is another very popular one. So you can really give to whoever you want, and it allows your employees to give to whoever they want. A lot of employees give to Pop Warner Football. It's a nonprofit. So, if it's a 501c3, you either the owner or the employees can give to them. And people, it's a easy way to donate to a cause. Like I said, if it's only $5 a month, that still makes a big difference. And that's really, doesn't hurt. Instead of having to write a $50 check all at once. If you do it, $5 a month, you can, make a bigger difference and bigger impact and all that.
We have a lot of employees at Linco that do that. We run a payroll deduction campaign, and we have employees giving $2 a paycheck, which works out to be $52 a year. But $2 a paycheck is $1 a week for us. And it's kind of a painless way to give, but that $52 with everybody else's money is impactful.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's say I'm an employer or an employee, and it's really tight for me, and I can only do $1 or $2 a paycheck, and I go, that's not going to do a whole lot. However, if you add that up over, let's say everybody in Albany gave $1 a month.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
That's good stuff. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, and the nice part about it is that some companies do a match. So we, for example, we're a small credit union and we can't afford to match, but we match the first dollar that you give. So per paycheck. So it's almost a waste for you not to give just $1 paycheck. That's 50 cents a week, which works out to be $52 a year after the match. But every little bit counts. And so you have employers that are matching what the employees are doing, and it snowballs and can become really impactful from very small amounts of money. the United Way brochure talks about, $2.50 a week, or one small coffee a week. Can buy 5 hot meals for children after school, 6 months of mentoring for an at-risk teen, basic dental supplies for 2 adults. I mean, so for $2.50 a week, that's the impact you can have.
One of the nice things, one of the side benefits of everyone giving a little bit is if for some reason you have somebody that's giving a huge donation. We've run into this in other nonprofits, and for whatever reason they decide not, they want to redirect their giving, or they don't have the money to give. All of a sudden, the nonprofit has a crisis.
All your eggs were in that basket.
Bingo.
Right.
One of the nice things about everybody giving a lot is it's more sustainable long term, and you tend to ride out the bumps a little bit more.
Right. And like Greg was talking about, it's United Way is so dependent on employment in the county. When employment is good, obviously there's more people working, there's less people needing the services. Right. But then again, so even if say you're giving $5 a week, even if you can bump that to $6, I mean, if you can just try to eke out a little bit more out of your budget, A, it's tax deductible. That's beautiful. And B, it makes just that much more impact. Somebody else is hurting worse than you. Almost certainly.
And we also, the other thing about us in the workplace is just not just doing, we also look at our campaigns as also helping your employees. A lot of people don't know that, some of their employees might be able to utilize the free dental clinic.
Right.
United Way is partnered with RSVP. We're actually providing free tax returns for low. If you are a low income, you can do your a free tax return through the Earned Income Credit Program. United Way brought $2.4 million back into Linn, Benton, and Lincoln counties this last year by people doing their taxes who normally wouldn't, and that has a serious impact on the community. We also operate a 211 helpline. And this 211 helpline, people just dial 211 now, and your employees can dial up to get everything from help with legal aid to basic needs, like, maybe they have a neighbor who needs a food box, or they know a neighbor who needs medical care or family resources. All the schools, all the police departments, we just started this program a year ago, are using it, and like the community resource officer set up at Sweet Home Police Department, this is the most impactful program that she's used in years. And for her to say that was amazing. Was amazing to me. And that's a United Way program that we just started a year ago, and that's an information referral program that connects people to the resources they need.
Great. More about United Way and also the Halloween benefit concert here in just a moment. We're going to take our last break here and return with Valley Talk in just a moment.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. For only $26.95, you can have an ASC certified auto technician give your car a real oil change. Rotate your tires, check your brakes, and do the full maintenance check. Crabtree Auto can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Stop by Crabtree Auto today on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
The doctors at Grice Chiropractic Clinic have been proudly serving patients in the Albany area for over 32 years. They embrace chiropractic as a unique healthcare discipline that leads the field of health and wellness. Doctors Ronald and Colin Grice are certified, licensed, and insured for your peace of mind and protection. Their clinic offers a friendly environment, giving unhurried and comprehensive care that you deserve. Massage therapy is also offered at Grice Chiropractic, so give them a call today at 541-928-5590 or visit gricechiro.net.
Hi, this is Paul from Paul's Computer Repair, and I want to tell you why I'm running for Lebanon Mayor. I've lived in Lebanon for 15 years, and I love this town. Like many of you, I'm not happy with the way our officials are doing their job. The high water rates and lack of transparency on the City Council are just two examples. We must have more open communications from the Mayor and City Council. Videotaping every public meeting and posting them for the community online is a must. We also need a safe community. Without this, nothing else matters. We must fully fund the police department, court, and jail. I want to have citizens of Lebanon create a long-term vision for Lebanon. community input on what we want our town to look like in 10 years. This will help us build a strong economy and jobs while keeping the small hometown feeling. My business and livelihood depend on this. It's time for a fresh new generation of leaders in town. This election can be a turning point in our city's history. I ask for your vote together so we can bring back the town that friendliness built, a town we can be proud to call home. Find out more at my website, paul4mayor.com. I'm Paul Aziz. I read, paid for, and approve this message.
Huge October closeout going on now at John and Phil's Subaru in Corvallis. Save with Subaru deals at the only Subaru dealer in the Mid-Willamette Valley. From the coast of the Cascades, Corvallis to Albany. From the new compact SUVs to the pet-friendly family wagons and high-performance cars to outdoor sports like skiing and fishing and one of the safest vehicles in the automotive world. All help make Subaru the world's top-selling four-wheel drive vehicle. Buy now during the huge October closeout at John and Phil's Subaru in Corvallis on Highway 99 West at 800 Northwest 5th Street in Corvallis.
Welcome to the twisted world of the Nightmare Factory, Oregon's #1 and longest-running haunted house at the Oregon School for the Deaf in Salem. The Nightmare Factory was fully remodeled with a new 8,000-square-foot haunted edition. Open Sunday through Thursday, 7 to 10, till 11 Friday and Saturdays. Admission is $10. Bring in 2 cans of food and receive $1 off general admission. Log on to NightmareFactorySalem.com for tickets, rules, and more details. The Nightmare Factory haunted house. Don't be scared.
If it happens overnight, Eric and Gary have it live during Red Eye Radio on Smart Talk 1580 KGAL.
This is Valley Talk. I'm Dave Adams. Again, don't forget to sign up for Quiznos Taste on Us. Send me an email, and you can send it to Dave at KGAL.com. But Quiznos Taste on Us on the subject line. Say you want in the drawing. At the end of the show here in about 4 minutes, we're going to be drawing a name out, and that person will get a delicious Quiznos sandwich in the form of a $10 gift certificate, so you can use that and buy whatever you want in the store, or call KGAL 541-451-KGAL or 926-8683. In the studios today, we're talking about United Way, specifically the Halloween benefit concert Friday, October 26th, 7 p.m. at Calapooia Brewing Company. Going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk about that.
All right. Yeah, we're very much looking forward to it. I'm very impressed with the volunteerism and the sponsorship we've gotten from the community. Linn Federal Credit Union is our presenting sponsor. Very excited to have them on board and doing this. Very gracious of them to donate as much as they have been. Also sponsors is Northwest Community Credit Union, Calapooia Brewing Company, Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Carl, Dr. Walker, and Bossart Trucking. And then also individual dentists have also given to this concert. Dr. Nicholson, Johnson, Dr. Weintraub, Dr. Wood, Dr. Cooch, Dr. Manning, Dr. Haggerty, Bill Williams, and Dr. Wong. So I'd like to thank all of them again for their sponsorship of this event.
I wonder if any of the dentists are going to come dressed as a giant tooth.
Or just a dentist. They can just come as a dentist. We'll allow that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Either way.
Come in costume. There's going to be a scarecrow auction, food and drinks. Good music from Jawbone Flats of Portland. It's going to be at Calapooia Brewing Company.
Calapooia.
I'm from outside.
Yeah, you're from Central Oregon. It's Calapooia.
Calapooia.
Right.
Which was actually a
Indian tribe.
Native American tribe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had to take lessons to learn how to say Albany. Yeah. There's two ways to say Albany or Albany.
Right. Willamette. Do you say it Willamette?
I do say Willamette.
Just like we don't live in Oregon.
We don't.
I don't. I was born in Oregon. In fact, I was born in Ontario.
Very nice.
Oh, man.
So I'm an Oregonian.
Just barely.
Just barely, yeah. So, don't forget, lots of fun. Friday, October 26th, 7 p.m., Calapooia. Mm-hmm. Did I do that right?
Yeah,
yes.
You did.
Very nice.
Brewing Company, 140 Hill Street Northeast in Albany, Oregon.
Yep.
They had to teach me how to say that.
Man, you're on it.
I'm working on it. Admission is $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Tickets can be purchased at Northwest Community Credit Union, United Way, and the Linn Federal Credit Union. It's going to be a fun evening. Goes to a great cause. So,
and it starts at 7 p.m. and it ends at 11. So it'll be a fun night. $5, you can't beat that price.
And you need to go and find out what people you know in the community are going to come dressed as.
Yeah, I heard National Frozen Foods actually purchased 30 tickets and they're all given away. So we got 30 National Frozen Food employees coming alone. So it's going to be a big crowd.
Yeah, they'll be dressed as a frozen.
And they're another company that, like she said, they double match all their employee giving.
Wow.
So it's just, that's one of the major companies coming to help us out. So.
60 seconds left to go in the show, so where do they go to find more information on this website?
Yeah, just go to our website.
Which is?
UnitedWayofLinnCounty.org. But also, go onto our Facebook page, because we update we provide a lot of volunteer opportunities on our Facebook page. Advertise events that are going on, not just United Way events. And we try to keep everybody informed of what's going on.
You give away prizes on your Facebook.
And I even give away prizes. Like we gave away an iPod that was donated just to help increase our iPad. That's it. iPad.
So you're as bad as I am.
Shelley Garrett won that. Garrett won that at the chamber, actually.
Listen for promos coming up. We're going to have some candidates shows coming up. We're going to be looking at the Lebanon Mayor's race, City Council race, and others. This is KGAL's Valley Talk. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Your first choice in local news, sports, and smart talk. This is News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
CBS News. I'm Harley Carnes.